Hello, New Zealand. Cory Barlog from Santa Monica Studios. Very excited to sit and talk with you a little bit about God of War. So I've always likened the transition of Kratos, sort of the development of Kratos, to sort of the development of everybody working on the game. So I've always likened the transition of Kratos, sort of the development of Kratos, to sort of the development of everybody working on the game. So the Santa Monica Studios is like our college years of development was God of War 1, 2, 3, and Ascension. And when we started working on this game, we have kind of moved to the middle-aged part of our lives, to a different phase of development, how we creatively solve problems, the way we sort of attack every individual creative issue is vastly different. We're more measured, a lot like Kratos. Kratos is a middle-aged or late-aged demigod, right? And it's the first time in his life he's starting to take responsibility and reflect on the decisions that he's made. So it's a transformative time for Kratos. Combat is very different, but at its heart, the DNA of combat is still very much the same. I've been using a phrase throughout the development of this project called familiarly different, which is annoying to people, but it is very telling of the idea that we are wanting you to look at this on the surface and say, this is a strategically, more tactically rich combat system. But when I pick it up on the controls, when I start pressing the buttons, I feel the DNA of God of War so completely inside of each of these moves. We've really made an effort to kind of mirror, and mirror is probably the wrong word, so really be inspired by the games that we're playing now. So God of War 1 was inspired by the games that we grew up on and the games we were playing in 2003, right? And now, 2018 and 2013, 14, when we were in the early development of this, we were playing different games. These games were sort of changing the way that we were thinking about games, and we were seeing some really interesting stuff happening with the audience. We all play different games now. So it's a great time for us to kind of take each aspect of the game, each core tenet of the combat system, and evaluate what we could do to make it better, how we could flip it on its head, how we could integrate it and make it feel more holistically different. So Kratos and Atreus have a very strained relationship. Atreus is this sort of impetus for Kratos to change, right? A character like Kratos isn't going to just by himself say, I'm going to change and turn around the next day and be a different person. He, deep down, wants to change, but has no clue how to do it. Was never raised in any environment that was conducive for him to actually move towards any real change. So Atreus is attempting to, without his own knowledge, attempting to pull the humanity out of Kratos. Everything Atreus does is a sort of hand reaching out to find that bit of humanity that was stamped down so long ago with Kratos. And Kratos is really feeling like he is the teacher for Atreus, teaching him how to be the god that he wished he would have been, and how to not make the mistakes that he made in his own life, which is, I think, as parents, as even, you know, children, we kind of have that same relationship. These are the sort of tenets of human relationships, to show that we always kind of want to give our children better than we had, and we want them to not make the same dumb mistakes we did. And I think his mistakes are just a lot bigger and a lot more dumb. And I would say the thing that people probably will walk away with is how big the game is, how sort of massive this world feels, and how it doesn't, I hope, feel like homework. It doesn't feel like they're being thrust into this world and they're forced to do everything. It's just this big world that encourages and rewards curiosity. This game is not only a labor of love for hundreds of people from Santa Monica Studio and people that we partnered with during the duration of developing of this, but this is truly a piece of ourselves. And we are humbled and excited to be able to share it with everybody, and we cannot understate how excited we are to have you play it and to hear your feedback. So we, encourage everybody who plays it to share your thoughts with us and with other people, because it's an exciting thing to be part of this community, to be part of the gaming community. And I grew up, hanging out on the playgrounds talking about what I played the night before, and sharing the did you know experiences. Did you know you could do this? Did you know you could do that? Oh, it was really cool and we did this. And I'm just so proud to be part of that continuing tradition of games that can bring people together.
Can you kill something that big?
PS4 for the players.